podcast for the new cruiser and beyond. I'm your host, Leslie.
And I'm Rick. Yeah, man, episode 5 already. We're just talking about this.
Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, it does.
Oh, my.
This is fun.
Yeah, we're just going to continue with the booking to disembarking series. Today, we're going to be talking different ways to book your cruise. Mm-hmm. And on today's episode, we're going to recap episode 4, which was our interview with Jenn Greene.
Mm-hmm.
Booking directly with the cruise line, down payments, and final payments. So, yeah, some exciting stuff today.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you think of episode 4?
Jenn is so good. She is like talking to a friend that you have known all your life, and you just kind of like pick up where you left off every time. She's that easy. She just knows her stuff. You feel so confident when you talk to her. Like she gave such great information. She really did.
Absolutely. Yeah, like she said, she's been doing this 11 years.
Mm-hmm. So she seems like she's been doing it for 50 years, but she's not even that old.
50?
Sorry, Jenn.
Oh, my.
Yeah, no. She is. She's knowledgeable. You can tell she's very up to date on her, like everything that they have to know. They're very knowledgeable. They just know their stuff.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
It's very comforting. It is. It's like she said, know your travel agent. You know, if not her, pick somebody that is going to know their stuff.
Yeah, well, I was really excited about episode 4. And if anyone hasn't listened to episode 4 with the interview, please do so. You're going to learn a lot. Some of the stuff she touched on. We asked her, how does MEI travel get such good prices?
Mm-hmm.
And she said MEI has preferred status.
Yeah.
With Royal Caribbean.
Yep.
So, they get some, she even mentioned sometimes 50% off of these staterooms. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I liked how she said, like how you said, they're in with Royal Caribbean.
Right.
If you love Royal Caribbean and you want to get great rates, go with her. They know what to look for. They really do.
Yeah. But, she just doesn't book Royal Caribbean.
No. Like, she does all of them, she said. But
yeah,
she specializes kind of in Royal because they, MEI Travel is affiliated with Royal. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did book one of our friends on NCL. So, yeah, she touches on MSC and Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the land base.
And my sister, too, on Celebrity.
Yeah,
so she does do a lot of different ones. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I thought it came out very, very well. So,
mm-hmm. It did. She's good.
Okay. So, it's time to, book your cruise here. So, one of the other ways to book, other than using a travel agent,
mm-hmm.
It's booking directly with the cruise line online or calling them directly.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're even on a cruise ship and you absolutely love it, you can go down to the cruise department and they can book it there.
Yeah, Next Cruise on Royal Caribbean. Yeah, there's actually a place on the ship that you could book.
Right.
It's called Next Cruise. Sometimes they throw in more like onboard credit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you book during your cruise, they can add whatever, $50, $100, or whatever it is,
right,
to your next sailing. That's always a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and when you do that, if you have up to 30 days, transfer your booking to a travel agent, and they take it over. Like Jenn had said in the last episode, you can pay on it monthly, and she'll know that. You can pay on it when it's due. She'll know that. So I'm sure, as with anything, do your research. Make sure they're a certified travel agent. They can definitely pick it up to 30 days.
Right. If you book through the cruise line.
Correct.
We're going to get to, if you're if you're going to book on Costco or Priceline or something like that. We're going to get to that in the next segment.
Right.
But if you book directly with the cruise line, you have up to 30 days to roll it over to your travel agent.
And that's really nice.
Absolutely.
Because if you're looking for something specifically, you know what you want, the price is there, get it, book it. You might as well.
Yeah.
Because you know in the back of your mind, too, that she's going to be able to take over your reservation for you.
Yeah. I think that happened to my sister. They were having a fun weekend and probably a couple bottles of wine, and next thing you know, that they booked a cruise.
Oh.
Yeah.
She woke up the next morning, I think, and said, "Did we book a cruise last night?
I think we booked a cruise.
I think we're going on a cruise."
Absolutely. Hey, so you could do it.
You could do it.
Then you could just roll it over to your travel agent, and then it's
the easy button.
It's an easy button, right?
Yeah.
It's hands off at that point.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have booked using the cruise lines. When we did the Allure of the Seas in 2019 with our son, it was fantastic. It was a great cruise. That's really my favorite ship. And then once we get off the ship, I did touch on this in episode 4, that we rebooked the ship because in 2019, just a couple months after we disembarked, it was supposed to go in for refurb. But then the pandemic hit, and it didn't go in for refurb.
Right.
We thought, yeah, we love this ship, and now it's going in for refurb. So we're going to come right back to the ship, but it's going to be different because it went through the refurb.
Right.
But it didn't.
It didn't. And needless to say, our cruise canceled also because it was supposed to be for November of the following year, but it canceled. But with that, just on that point, I wanted to say we did get credit. Our credit was kind of like held in limbo. A $500 credit, which was $250 per person. Right. It was held in limbo for a while until we figured out, because we didn't know if cruising was going to even exist, what it was going to be like. You know, we were, no other word, basically in limbo.
No, that's right.
Because we wanted our money back, but we couldn't. We were already, it was already set in stone, basically. It was a non-refundable deposit. So we waited. Finally, when we found out that cruising was starting back up, you know, we sat down and we said, you know what, maybe we could do this. Maybe, you know, now that it's getting popular again, now that it's safe again,
right?
Let's do this. Let's try this. So they did end up transferring our $500 from the second time we tried to get on the Allure to the Wonder
of the Seas.
Wonder of the Seas. So that did work out, and you know, and like Jenn had said, she has people that she knows that she's heard horror stories about, only because they're still fighting to get their money back with a third party company.
Yeah.
And when you do go with a cruise line, or you go with Jenn or your travel agent, you kind of know they're going to take care of it for you. But that's just a scenario that we went through. But it did work out for the best. It worked out fine for us.
It did. And she mentioned this too, that, you know, she does all the phone calls. Remember, you know, she mentioned during the pandemic that they were on the phones for hours and hours trying to fight back for payment return.
Yeah.
When this happened to us, it was booked through Royal Caribbean, not a travel agent.
Right.
So we did all the waiting. We did all the calling, all the fighting back. Yeah, because at this point, you know, we did have the down payment, like you said, you know, $250 a piece, $500. But then we had more. We had like almost $2,000 paid.
Oh, yes, we did. Now, they did give us that back.
We fought for it.
We fought for that. They did give us that back, but not the non-refundable $250 per person. That was held in limbo with Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the $1,500
You're right.
back to us.
I forgot about that.
They would not budge on the $500.
They wouldn't.
So they sat on that $500 for like year and a half, 2 years.
Oh, I think it was a little longer than that even. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a crazy time. We didn't even know that cruising was coming back. We were literally thinking, what else can we do? Because cruising is a hobby for Leslie and I.
Right.
It's something we love to do together. So we were like, do we buy a boat? Do we get a camper? I don't know if cruising's going to come back.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing that this industry survived 2 years.
Boy, it really is.
With really no cruising.
It is coming back. They're slowly digging themselves
financially
out of a big deficit. But I'm so glad it came back. I'm so glad it's back, and that I just love it. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy because when you do get to that point, and it's like, I felt a little depressed when, I don't know if you did, but I felt like, I don't know what's going to happen.
If it didn't come back.
If cruising was a no more thing. It was, no, I'm just so happy it came back. I just love it.
Well, yeah. Because we might be doing a podcast about camping right now.
You're right. We could be sitting around a fire and it could be cold and smoke blowing in our face.
Yeah.
Wow. Throw another log on the fire. Let's talk about camping.
There you go. No, a lot of people love camping.
No, I'm not knocking people that do, but you know what? Give me a nice cabin, a nice meal, nice shower.
Is that your rustic, the air conditioning stateroom in the Caribbean?
That's about as far as it goes for me. Thank you, Lord, that I don't have to go.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's other than just booking directly with the cruise line, either online or calling in, there's other options. And Jenn mentioned a couple. She mentioned Costco.
Yeah, there's like
Priceline.
Costco. Yeah, Priceline. There's oh my goodness,
Expedia.
Right?
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few that you could go through, but there's a downfall with those.
Yeah.
You don't get to roll your booking over to a travel agent with those.
Okay.
There's no switching it over. Once you book with them, you book with them. That's your reservation. And you don't get the personal touch either.
True. Yeah, you're working with the call center.
Right. Like with Jenn, she is your point of contact. She's at that point after you've booked it with her, she's your everything. She is. I mean, so, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. And again, I know we jokingly always say that Jenn is the easy button, but I mean, she is, right? If you're just sitting here and you're already booked and you're thinking about, should we get a dining package? Should we get the drink package? Or what about like this excursion? Yeah, you can always call her, right? And talk one-on-one with somebody that you either know or are getting to know, right? If you're a first-time caller for Jenn or your travel agent.
And it's always going to be her. It's not going to be some random person like it, Priceline, who is a different agent all the time. At least with her, like she said, and even if she's on vacation, she has a backup. So they'll pull up her stuff and know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So, I mean, using Costco and Priceline and Expedia, that definitely is an option. Just kind of, think about the whole process of, that personalization to that booking.
Yeah, that's the main thing, the personalization.
Yeah.
I really like that. Yeah. I mean, you're on a personal basis with your doctor, your dentist, your everybody. It's like, why not be on it with the travel agent too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more fun going on vacation than just going to the dentist.
Oh. You said that.
So far, we covered, working with the travel agent, booking directly at the cruise line, using different call centers. There's only one more thing to do, right? Book it.
Book 'em, Dano.
Book 'em, Dano.
From the words of the old TV show Hawaii 5-0, book 'em, Dano.
Book 'em.
Just do it. Just do it. Because you know what? When you book it, you're locking in the price. You're putting down your deposit. If it changes, because it will, she said daily with cruise ships, they're always changing. If another company would come in, buy out a block of rooms, the price just jumped up 50% because the demand is high. So at least you have it held. It's a reservation. You can always cancel it if you have to. But the longer you do wait, the higher it goes up. So if you're thinking about it, like she said, just book it, literally.
Yeah, and she's watching, right? Every Wednesday, she gets notifications of price drops.
Right.
So that really hasn't happened to us yet because cruising is so popular right now.
It is, and don't put all your chickens in a basket right now because chances are it's probably not going to go down because, like she said, it's coming back stronger than she's ever seen it in her 11 years. So if by some chance it would, good for you. But, we're just throwing that out there too.
Yeah. And then, booking further out, she did mention that she has some people booked for 2026.
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, it's January 24. So that is your best price. That is your best plan,
right?
To get the best value of the whole experience of this cruise.
And I think for me, I don't know about you, but I mean, getting on the ship is great. The whole week is great. But my favorite part of a vacation is the planning. The counting down the months, counting down the days. We only have this many days. We only have this many, that's the best part. The best part of a vacation is always the planning, the ahead of time, the packing, the getting ready, the excitement. So book out further. It doesn't matter. You can book out as far as you possibly can with her or that the dates allow. But yeah, don't wait. Just book it.
Yep, I agree. The countdown, on the app or on the website,
mm-hmm.
Once you create an account and, sign up with the app, it tells you how many days.
And it gets real.
It gets real. Yeah.
It gets real.
When you're hitting the 30s
yes.
and 20s, it's like, oh my goodness, you know.
Final payment's done. Okay, we have, speaking of.
Well, before final payment, I'd like to touch on down payments. On the Royal Caribbean site, if you book a cruise between 1 to 5 days, which is kind of funny. I've never heard of a 1-day cruise, but
that wouldn't be fun.
No,
it would be, but you just...
Welcome aboard. Now get off.
Yeah. Hurry up and eat your breakfast, dinner, and get your lunch in there sometime. No sleeping.
So yeah, just deposits. And these prices are per person. So between sailing 1 to 5 nights is $100 a person. That when you book this cruise, that's what you're going to be putting down. And then there's 6 to 9 day cruises, and that is $250 per person.
Which I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's our favorite range.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done mainly 7 days.
Mm-hmm. Couple 4 nights.
We do have an 8-night coming up. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's $250 per person.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the 10 or more, night cruise, which is $450 per person.
Right.
And then suites. Suites are a little different. They are 10% of the cruise fare or standard deposit. Right, that's based probably off of your day's sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is highest.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
They want to get their money.
Yeah, it's never the lower one, right? It's always the higher one.
They're locking you in.
So, I mean, even when you're booking these cruises, you're not throwing thousands down. You're really just locking up the contract. Just putting a little money down.
And you do have you can, whichever's easier for you, you can either put the money aside every month in your own account, or you can have her make a payment every month, whichever's easiest for you. It's like it does break it down too. I've seen it on the sites, on the websites. It breaks it down. It'll tell you it'll be, $200 a month, or, however you want to do it is easy. It's the easiest for you and your family, whatever works for you, because it's a nice little thing that they don't make you pay everything up front.
Me for final payment.
Before final payment is due, which I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I
see
gotcha.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could budget it better.
Budget it, right?
Yeah.
Don't think you have to pay all this money at one time. Budgeting is the deal here.
Yeah. So you definitely have to put the deposits down.
Right.
That we just covered.
That block
or you
holds
could, just working to your final payoff date.
Right.
Which we'll touch here in the next segment here, is you could do monthly payments,
mm-hmm.
and that's easier to budget like that.
It is.
Or just on the final day, like Jen, she contacts us 2 weeks before final payment,
mm-hmm.
and she goes, "Hey, your final payment's due on this date. Should I use the card on file?" And it's like,
right.
Yep.
Do Easy
it.
button.
Easy button.
Easy button. Okay, so then the final payment, which is like you're going on your trip, there's no turning back. Basically, it's due for a 1 to 4 night cruise. It's due 75 days before sailing, and then for a 5 and over night, it's due 90 days before. Basically that kind of just gives you an idea in your head. Break it down, budget, however you need to do it.
Yep, the final payment. That's real, right?
It's fun.
That's when you start getting the emails.
Yeah.
From Royal Caribbean. It's like, hey, 10% off of the drink package.
Yeah.
Or, on the last cruise on the Independence of the Seas, because I jump in there a lot. I love this cruise stuff. So we got an email for Chops Grill.
Oh, yeah.
On the Independence of the Seas for lunch. And normally it's like $26 per person for lunch at Chops.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an email. I don't know how long it was set for, but it was 40% off. So it's like, book them, Dano.
Yeah. Book them, Dano.
I booked that thing so quick.
Yeah.
We're eating at Chops on a sea day, and it was
Oh.
$14 a piece.
And the food was delicious. I mean, we even got seconds on a couple things too. It was so good. It was a lot of food for a lunch. I mean, I don't even know if we ate a lot that night for dinner, but the little emails you start getting once you do make that final payment it's just like, yeah, it's getting real. It is getting real.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is so fun.
Yeah, just talking about Chops real fast while we're talking here. They had the Gruyere cheese stuffed tater tots that were amazing.
They really were.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Even that burger I had was like mouth watering.
Yeah. Yeah, the filet mignon, for lunch, it's like
Oh,
it's,
and then the red.
It's cruising, everybody. You gotta do it.
The red velvet cake. They sent us an extra one with us into our room because we loved it so much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good.
And
It's
one
worth
thing
it.
to remember, because you're paying for specialty dining, right? It's above and beyond the normal cruise fare. But if you want 2 filet mignons and 3 shrimp cocktails,
Or 3 desserts like me.
you do it.
You do.
It's all part of the
Right.
price.
Right.
It's just not, give me this, this, and this because it's 3 courses.
Right.
No, I want this, 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 and this. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this. Throw this in there.
Man.
So, yeah.
Food. See, we go off topic on food. We start talking about one thing, and here we are with the food.
Yeah, but it's part of it. It's part of it.
All right. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
kind
talking about all that
of
stuff.
not fun topics, but topics that we have to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we make them fun. We'll make them fun for you.
Try.
So, yeah. So, like we say, we really want you guys email us with any questions that you have, comments, ideas. We want to hear from you guys. we want this podcast to become a home for you, and just feel like you connect with us and let it be for all your cruising information.
That's right. Yeah, we want this podcast to be for you, right? And I think even in episode 1, we talked about how we want you to be part of this show. You know, we're thinking ahead, right down the road, even after this series from embarking to disembarking is over. You know, we're looking for your funny stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just email us some funny stuff that's happened to you on cruises, and then we will communicate back and forth. And if it's a great story, you know, we'd love to do an entire series with you guys.
That would be fun.
You know, just talking about what happened to you. So we can always set up an interview. It's a quick, easy process.
It is.
So go ahead and send us your funny stories. You'll email us, like Leslie said. Email is always in the show notes, or you can always just message us through Instagram.
Yeah,
that's on there too. So
yep.
Okay, so now we're booked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna really kind of get into the planning, and Leslie's gonna teach you how to overpack, and I'll teach the guys how to pack in a gym bag. And we're going to start talking about like specialty dining coming up, and kind of drink packages,
mm-hmm.
and kind of the fun stuff. That'll probably be 1 or 2 episodes, and then we'll be stepping on the ship. So it's a fun journey cruising.
It is. And I think I'm going to go out to the store and buy another suitcase right now just because you said that, and make you wheel it. Okay.
No, it's not Christmas time. They don't sell luggage other than Christmas.
Oh, I'll go online.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for spending time with us today. We really appreciate your time that you share with us.
Yep.
As we always say, thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you next time.